Easy way to approach Part 3 speaking test. So normally people, when they want to answer any questions on Part 3, they have to use their logics and reasoning to prove their point, and sometimes they find it hard to express the idea logically. So to help you categorize different kinds of way to give answers to these questions, I would like to draw a line. The first point is 0%, 20%, 50%, and eventually 100%. So 0 is no, and 100% is yes. For example, are there any disadvantages of face-to-face conversation? So if your answer is no, because you really like face-to-face conversation, then you can start your answer by saying this. Actually, I am a big fan of face-to-face conversation. So if you asked me about the disadvantages of face-to-face conversation, then my mind will draw a blank. But I believe that there are some people out there thinking that face-to-face conversation takes a lot of time because people have to travel back and forth to meet other people and to meet them face-to-face or directly. But I think it's not a disadvantages. It's just something that you need to do in order to meet the person that you love or the person that you want to talk to. And personal conversations bring a certain levels of intimacy and also build up the trust between those people who are having conversation with each other. So in this response, you are giving your opinion about the fact that you don't have any idea about what is the disadvantage of meeting face to face. So it's 0%. So because the question is, are there any disadvantages of face-to-face conversation? So you are allowed to say that there is no disadvantages of personal conversation. And I would list it as 0 because you make it really clear that you are a big fan of personal conversation, so you cannot find any bad things about it. And also, you put a counter argument in your answer when you mentioned about the fact that our people also think that it is a waste of time, but you can defend yourself by giving your own reasons that okay, just the thing that you have to do to meet other people, that is not really a disadvantage to me. So it's the way that you can innovate and you can come up with creative answers to the examiner about this question. About 20%, it's slightly on the same page, but you only mention one bad thing about personal conversation or meeting face to face to have a chat with each other. So you would open your answer by saying this. The question is, are there any disadvantages of face-to-face conversation? Honestly, I am a big fan of face-to-face conversation, but if I had to name one challenge of face-to-face conversation, then I would say that it probably takes a lot of time to travel back and forth to meet the other person. And also, I think that you need to be able to read the emotion when you meet them face to face and read the body languages. And you have to, have manners and etiquette when you deal with them personally. But that's just challenges to me. It cannot be considered as disadvantages. Okay? So you make it really clear that that face-to-face conversation is a really good thing. But just have one or two challenges that you need to overcome. so it's 20%. About 50%, you can say that face-to-face conversation personally is my cup of tea. I prefer personal conversation much more than virtual conversation, but I think that virtual conversation is more convenient because face-to-face conversation do have some drawbacks that you will need to consider. For example, it's time consuming to travel back and forth, and also you need to have manners and etiquette when you deal with them personally. So you do it in a balanced way. So you like it, but you also realize that it has some bad things that you will mention here. This is 50%. And in 100%, you say that, well, there are of course countless or numerous or manifold or plethora or a host of different disadvantages of dealing or talking with people directly. First of all, you have to travel and meet them. And talking about the environment, you have to use fossil fuel to energize your engine. So therefore, it will not be eco-friendly to the environment. And second of all, it will take time. So if you want something quick and inconvenient, you can meet them or talk to them through mobile phones or through social media. It would be more convenient. And also, finally, dealing with people personally requires a level of intimacy. And sometimes it's easy to offend somebody when meeting them face to face. And I don't think that it's worth it at all when meeting people face to face. Instead, people can just, utilize social media or internet right now to talk and communicate with other people.